everything we are doing in the service arena has the potential to be another service shop.
Jack Welch is known as a tough CEO, demanding, visionary, brutally frank. Welch was an only child born in 1935 in Salem, Massachusetts. His mother instilled in him a passion for learning and sports. Welch's father, Big Jack, was a train conductor. After high school, where Welch was captain of a hockey team and co-captain of a golf team, he studied chemical engineering at the University of Massachusetts and earned his Ph.D. at the University of Illinois. Welch joined General Electric's plastics division at age 25 before rapidly moving up the ranks.
The case for change in General Electric is absolutely clear.
Jack Welch was a surprise choice for the top job at GE, but from the second he took the reins in 1981, the place has never been the same.
It's very hard to tinker with success, but Jack didn't just tinker with it. I mean, he went in there and broke the place.
Welch took a company that was already a powerhouse and made it leaner, stronger, and more diversified. Cutting the fat came first. Welch trimmed about 170,000 jobs, more than 40% of the workforce, earning him the nickname he dislikes, Neutron Jack. Then he ranked employees annually, with the bottom 10% getting pink slips.
We grade people on the bottom 10, middle 70, and top 20. And we do it every single year. We do it rigorously. Now people can move from the middle 70 to the top 20, and from the top 20 down to the middle 70.
To make the company stronger, Welch insisted that every GE business had to be first or second in its market, or be fixed or sold.
When Jack Welch took over in 1981, GE still concentrated on the traditional manufacturing which had long ago made the company part of America's industrial establishment. He decided that if GE were to overcome increasing global competition, only the companies which were first or second in their leagues should be allowed to survive. His policy for the others was simple: fix, close, or sell. He wanted GE to be the best. His judgment that third-ranked performers would hold it back came from his own time in the company.
I would say my experience with running some businesses in GE that were number 1 and some businesses that were number 4 and 5. So I had the luxury of a laboratory in GE. I ran the electronic components business, the motor business, the medical business, the plastics business, all at once. So I saw this group of businesses, some which were leaders and some which were big followers. And it was clear to me that one was a hell of a lot easier and a hell of a lot better than the other one. And the other one didn't have the resources and the muscle and the power to compete on a global scale that was emerging in the decade of the 80s.
Hence, using the workforce to adapt was only one prong of Jack Welch's strategy for change. The other was to improve the overall competitive position of GE by selling the companies he didn't think were going to be profitable enough and buying others.
I would say that his strength is that he looks at everything from the viewpoint of a corporate head who wants to get the maximum profit out of the corporation. And he's been successful.
During Welch's tenure, GE acquired 934 companies. Today, GE offers an astonishing array of products and services, from aircraft engines, power generators, and locomotives, to medical equipment and household appliances, to financial services, to NBC, an unusual addition that made sense to Welch.
High cash flow, growth, great people, pizzazz for GE. Why would you not be in it?
Well, we would have liked to have bought NBC in that period, but we didn't want to buy the whole. The whole was RCA. But he was bigger and he was able to absorb the whole thing and had a better vision than I did.
Welch's vision led to 4 major initiatives during his tenure. One was the Six Sigma program to improve quality.
That defines our job, finding a better way every day. Sounds like a slogan, but it's the way we work.
Why is speed so important?
Oh, because you've got a competitive world, that you've got to get the product at the right time, at the right price, to the right person fast. You've got to be able to do that. You've got to be able to respond. If I call you and you tell me, I'll get back to you in a couple of weeks, or if you're a consultant, or if you're a supplier of goods, you'll be able to fill the order in 4 weeks. Somebody else will fill it in 4 hours. So speed, service, ability to change to fast-moving markets is absolutely critical.
He is General Electric. He is GE. It is his. It is built in his image and a reflection of his character. A charming, bright, driving, aggressive, macho man.
Jack will tell you point blank what he thinks. Sometimes he's brutally frank, but I prefer that to someone who tries to slide and slip and slide around an issue.
The company which Jack Welch inherited in the 1980s had long become used to a climate of apparently continual expansion, consumption and growth. In his first 5 years as the boss of GE, Jack Welch made more changes than there'd been in the previous 100 years of the company's history. Downsizing was aimed at preparing the company for increasing change. The other half of the GE strategy was to move away from work which was labor-intensive.
Over a span of a decade, we downsized our operations that we do. Now, we kept the high value-added manufacturing, the sophisticated tooling, the sophisticated machining, etc. But we got rid of some of the more mundane work that was taking place in the corporation.
To generate some issues or some problems.
One of the cornerstones of GE's new management style is what Jack Welch has called the workout. It's a system of meetings at all GE plants where employees argue about ideas and take decisions which were once taken only by management. The goals of the workout system are the objectives Jack Welch has set for the company he hopes GE will become.
Less bureaucracy, more informal, more informal. A company that allowed ideas to come from everywhere, where brain power and ideas counted more than title and control, where more and more people were enriched during their workday to take something home to their life outside the job, where the whole experience was integrated, where coming to work is it's a fun thing for me, it always has been. I'd like it to be a fun thing for lots of people, preferably 240,000 people, where it isn't drudgery, where it isn't difficult, where isn't some jackass manager telling them what to do, where they're in there with their ideas and they know their ideas count.
What this means in practice is that the 400 workers at this GE magnet plant in South Carolina, for instance, are divided into 35 teams, each with an elected coach. There are unions in other GE plants, but none here. The teams have to meet regularly. They discuss production targets for the body scanners they're making and deal with any problems the members want to raise. Here, workout seems to work.
Well, we work better together. We have a little more say-so in what's going on around, know more of what's going on around us. And it's just altogether different. It's a different atmosphere and everything, because we don't feel like we have anybody looking down our neck all the time. We get our work out and we do quality work.
It's changed a lot as far as me being able to give out job assignments to people and be my own boss. It don't be standing over you like they used to do when we first started here. They used to tell you everything, what to do and what time and all of this. We get to do all this stuff by ourselves now.
I've been here 20 years and I feel relaxed. I feel real relaxed about doing my job, because I don't have to be, if I'm doing something and I don't like it, I can get something done about it. And that make me work harder, and I feel better towards my company, towards everybody here.
According to Mr. Welch, all the changes which he's brought about to GE and to the company's employees are not just the byproducts of management theory or rhetoric. They're justified by results.
Look at the productivity. Look at the success of this company. A lot of people, we didn't get this by anything more than more and more people's ideas. As the workout thing has grown, so is the productivity. Now maybe it's a freak correlation. Maybe it's just that it doesn't really go together. I'm not going to worry about whether it goes together or not. The company is getting better. It's getting faster. Inventories are turning faster. New products are coming out faster. Productivity is growing. Working capital is turning over more.
Next came globalization, with more than 40% of revenues now coming from abroad. Then he grew services like finance and insurance to 70% of GE's revenues today.
We've been growing 20 billion plus a year. That's bigger than Coke. We've been adding one of those a year for the last 4 years.
Most recently, with digitization, every GE division grew its own web enterprise, earning Jack a new moniker, eJack.
I'd like to get some fresh thinking from you.
Welch had a passion for training future leaders at GE's Crotonville Leadership Center, where Welch's dislike of bureaucracy led him to encourage any company employee to contribute new ideas.
Jack has really developed 400 hitters, and that's a talent I don't have.
At General Electric, Welch raised eyebrows by encouraging staff to cut bureaucracy, face reality, and live their dreams. But his innovations helped GE become the world's most admired company, and Welch the world's most admired CEO. His secret?
Great leadership skills, down to earth, feisty, lots of energy, a lot of edge, a lot of humility, yet a lot of pride.
Did a number of things that change the way you run business in the world, if not at least in this country.
Larry Bossidy worked under Welch at GE, then left to run Allied Signal and briefly Honeywell, the company Welch just bought.
If you were to rank Jack Welch in a list of businessmen in the last 50 years, where would he rank?
Oh, I think Jack would be one, and the second person would be far distant second. You could argue that we're the most competitive country in the world now. Well, it isn't all attributable to Jack, but I think he's done a lot of things that other people have emulated in businesses that gets us to that position of being the most competitive.
When Welch retired in September 2001, General Electric was the world's most valuable company in terms of market capitalization.
What's your legacy of 20 years at GE? What is it?
If I had to say what it was, I would say we took an old-style military-industrial, highly structured enterprise and created an informal atmosphere where everyone had a shot at reaching their dreams. A meritocracy that didn't look at race or gender or country of origin and gave everybody a shot. That did as much as you possibly could to get bureaucracy out. We came to work every day, open to ideas from anywhere, trying to create the atmosphere of the informal corner grocery store in a large business, a family business that didn't count where you came from or how many stripes you have on your shoulders. It was all about you, your ideas, and your dreams, with the sky being the limit.